This is a public service message by the Ohio Department of Higher Education, the Ohio Cyber Range Institute, and the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence. We live in an age where our devices make it ever more convenient to do a great many things that were the stuff of science fiction not that long ago. One of these devices is the Apple AirTag. With one of these attached to your car keys or phone, or stuck inside your wallet, you can track the item to which it's attached pretty much anywhere. The AirTag leverages something Apple calls the Find My app. Any Apple device with this app installed and running version 14.5 or higher of iOS or iPadOS with location services active becomes a sensor in a network that can talk to your AirTag. If you lose a device with an AirTag attached, this network will help you find it. How does this work? The AirTag is basically a Bluetooth transmitter. Bluetooth is a wireless communication standard that has a range of about 800 feet. With the network in place, location services on, and your device beaconing to any in-range devices, and there are a lot of Apple devices out there, the network will identify where your device is. It's kind of handy to help you track down your lost items. Since the device is so small, just a little bit bigger than a quarter, it can readily be attached to a lot of things that you might lose from time to time. There are other vendors, for example Tile, that offer similar functionality, but Apple has a bit of an advantage due to its ecosystem of devices that form the tracking network. Sadly, some people have found another use for AirTags. Because they're so small, and because their range is pretty big, and Apple devices are pretty ubiquitous, some have taken to using them to stalk individuals. Let's say somebody is at a gathering place for social interaction. The AirTag is so small that it could easily be dropped into a purse or a coat pocket. If a nefarious person knows where your vehicle is, it could be planted there. Once it's in place, it's going to beacon out to Apple devices with the necessary features, and it becomes a de facto tracking device. As of this recording, there is more than one story about how a young woman was tracked using one of these devices. Of course, Apple anticipated this and built features into the iPhone that would identify an AirTag nearby that wasn't within range of its owner, which would be an indicator that something may be amiss. This is an automatic feature on appropriately equipped Apple devices. If an AirTag that isn't yours is following you around, your Apple device will notify you. But what about people with older iPhones or Android phones? Apple didn't forget these people either. Well, it sort of did at first, but then they fixed it. You can download an app from the Google Play Store that will track any AirTag within close proximity of you. If it stays near your phone and away from its owner for 15 minutes, you can force it to play a sound so that you can find it. The older Apple phones won't get the automatic tracking, but this feature works similarly to Android phones. Individuals with newer phones that have so-called near-field communication can actually scan the AirTag to get the serial number which would lead to the owner. I'll note that law enforcement can do this too, and if you find a tracking device that's been placed on your car or in your belongings, this would be a good time to contact them. Just because some bad people take stuff meant for good and try to use it for criminal purposes is no reason we can't continue to enjoy the convenience of these devices. Being cyber mindful and taking just a few precautions can keep you safe. A public service message from the Ohio Department of Higher Education, the Ohio Cyber Range Institute, and the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence.